Hi everyone, it's Ellen and today I have a new junk journal spread to share with you. I'm now up to July 2021 in my junk journal, so I'm about a year behind now. I feel like I start to catch up and then all of a sudden I'm behind again. But I'm planning on doing some longer journal videos coming up so that I can get through a nice chunk of the massive stack of photos that I've got to journal about. So yeah, the first thing I'm working with here is a Simple Stories cut apart sheet. This was a collection called Hello Today, I believe, and the papers, there was a paper for each month and they had all different cut apart like journaling boxes on them, and I loved them. I love them for my junk journal because they're just a really easy way to add journaling spots and different things that have the date on, which is nice. So I'm using this large July piece as my as a pocket, and the ephemera piece is really bold with the red and blue, and I'm sticking that onto a really bold background, and I think that's really striking. The pictures that I'm adding today are really colourful because they're from a baby group session that me and Theo went to, and they've got a paddling pool and different toys and things, and they're all really bright colours, so there's a lot of yellow and blue, so I wanted to make a spread that fit well with that. So yeah, I've got one of my photo collages here that I want to add to the pocket, and I'm going to add some interest on the back of that. I go with this Vicky Boutin paper that's like a it's got like paint splatters, really big paint splatters on it. That's really pretty, so yeah, I'm going to use that to back my photo collage. This is just from my scraps box. I have so many paper scraps, and I love to use them in my journal because I never want to throw these papers away because they're so pretty, and using them in my journal means they actually get used rather than just sitting there. So yeah, that's where they come from. The only thing is I can't tell you what collection they're from because I can't remember. So with my other photos, I'm going to back them all with white. Like I said, there's a lot of colour going on in this spread, and I just wanted that little bit of separation between the photos and the background and ephemera and things that I add. So yeah, I'm going to back all of those onto just some white printer paper. So I went ahead and backed those photos with some colourful pattern papers from Vicky Boutin and some from Pink Fresh Studio, because like I said, I want it to be nice and colourful, and that white border around the photos just it helps your eye to be drawn more to the photos, which is what you want in your journal really. And then one of the paper scraps that I had these beautiful florals on. This is a Vicky Boutin paper again, so I'm just going to trim a couple of these out to use as ephemera pieces, because they're so pretty, and this was a summer day that we spent outside, and the florals just work perfect with that. So I've sewn around the photo collage with the Vicky Boutin paper on the back, and I just want to work out how to add my journaling to this. So I'm going back to that cut apart sheet from Simple Stories and taking the journal card with the number 7 on it, so I can use that to add some writing in, because the paper that I've used, those paint splatters on it are quite dark and it'd be hard to see my journaling over the top of that. So yeah, I'm just going to add that to the back. And then I also saw another journaling card that had a nice rainbow phrase on it, and it said embrace today, and I wanted to use that on my page, but I didn't want to add another square, another sort of block shape, because obviously I've got my photos, the journaling card, they are all angular shapes, and I wanted something a bit different, so that's why I've trimmed that out, and I'm going to add that as an ephemera piece onto my page. I'm now going to stick down the number 7 journaling card onto the back of my photo collage, and I've also added a floral sticker from the Vicky Boutin, it's a Vicky Boutin sticker book, and I can't remember the collection again. Is it Fernwood? It may be, but that's really pretty. I love those, and obviously because they're Vicky Boutin, all of the collections go together, no matter. You can use different things from different collections, but because it's the same designer, they all work really well together. So yeah, I added a few lines of journaling on my journal card, and I just want something extra to go on the back of this photo collage now. So again, I'm going for some of these stickers from my Vicky Boutin sticker book, and I just added a phrase that says really excited, and then 2 circle stickers. And that's the journal card all finished. I'm really happy with how that's looking. Once the journal card is out of the July pocket, that page looks really plain, so I thought I would add one of my photos on the back, so that when you pull out the card you can see the photo behind it. And I'm going to use some of those fussy cut flowers to decorate around that photo. I've added some more of the circle stickers to my photo, and I also added a sticker to the July pocket that says capture the moment. I had another one underneath that says find beauty everywhere. It just makes that piece a little bit more interesting, and now I can stick down the photos on the left hand side of the page. So I've got my photos stuck down on the left hand page as well, and now I can start adding different ephemera pieces to decorate it. I'm really going crazy on this sticker book. It's so pretty and it's so summery. It really works well with the theme I was going for today, which is, you know, bright and summer. So I've used lots and lots of stickers on this spread, and it just works so nicely together. The Simple Stories collection and this Vicky Boutin collection work really well. They both have lots of bold, bright colours, and yeah, it makes me happy looking at this spread because it's so bright. And it's a Theo spread, so I want it to be bright and colourful and happy. So yeah, I've added a few different decorative stickers to the page, and a couple of quotes. One says stay curious, one says life is filled with so many things waiting to be discovered, which I thought was really nice because Theo was doing a lot of discovery with the water that day. Yeah, so that's that spread finished. I'm going to work on another spread. But I'm trying to do sort of 2 different spreads in my videos now, partly to get to get through all of the journaling that I've got, but also because once I start in my junk journal, I don't want to stop. I could just working it constantly if I had the time. So we're going for something different on the next page, which I like to do. I don't like 2 pages to be too similar when they're next to each other. So I've got one of my favourite printable linens, and these are in my Etsy shop, which is always linked below. I've got packs of printable doilies and linens, and this piece with the embroidered flowers on is one of my favourites. I was so excited to use this, and the background paper that I've stuck it into is not my favourite. I'm not a paisley pattern type of person, so that helps to cover most of that up, which made me happy. I don't mind a little bit peeking through, but it's not my favourite pattern, which is why it's in my junk journal, because I knew I could cover it up if I wanted to. So yeah, I added the linen onto the left hand page. I've just stuck that straight on the page, and then I wrote my journaling sort of along the seam of the linen, going sort of around, following the seam round the linen, and I think that looks really good. It's something a bit different, so I was happy with that. I've got a photo collage to go on to the right hand side, but that was going to just fill the whole page because it's a smaller book page on that side, and I couldn't really embellish on top of that, so I wasn't sure what to do. And then I thought I would add a vellum overlay, so it's not hiding the photos, but it's giving me a place to add some ephemera and interest to my page, because you know, that's the fun part of all the journaling, is the embellishing. So yeah, I've added I just cut a piece of vellum that was the same width as my photo collage, and just sort of a centimetre longer, and then folded that over the top so it fits over the photo perfect. It's the perfect size for my photo, and yeah, like I said, it doesn't hide it, you can still see the photos through it, but just adds a bit of interest. And I wanted to create sort of a title piece for this page, so following on with the vellum that I've already used, I thought I would emboss my title onto a piece of vellum so that I can stick it down onto my linen. Basically, I wanted it to look like I'd done it on the linen, and I didn't want to faff around with trying to emboss straight onto a journal page, because obviously I've already stuck down that linen. So I thought I'd do it on vellum, and then I can stick it down, and it looks as though I've done it straight onto the page itself, but I haven't. I just cheated a little bit, but it works really nice. And the black embossing powder that I've used is really shiny. It gives a really nice effect, a really tactile effect to the page. So yeah, I'll definitely be playing about with this a bit more. I really enjoyed that. So I'm thinking now about adding some interest to that vellum piece. I've got quite a large piece that I can work with, which is nice, and I can, you know, cover up as much as I want to of that vellum piece. I've got this really large, bright and colourful Vicky Boutin butterfly in my use it up box that I'm flicking through, and I thought this would be perfect to use that here, because I've been wanting to use it for ages. It's absolutely beautiful, but as with a lot of Vicky Boutin ephemera pieces, it's really big, and I can't usually use it without covering up too much of my page. So by using it on this vellum overlay, it doesn't matter that it's quite big, and it you know, it fills up a lot of space because I'm not covering any photos or journaling space. So I'm going to trim the whiteboard out because that was quite thick, and I'm going to stick that down onto the vellum piece, and it overlaps a little bit, but it doesn't matter because this book page is not as long as some of my others, so yeah, that's not a problem. I'm going to layer it up with some with one of my printable doilies that I've printed quite small, and a floral half a floral ephemera piece, and I have no idea where this is from. It may be a crepe paper piece, but obviously any floral piece would work on that. And When I was trimming out the white border, I just cut off the antennae of the butterfly and just drew it back on with a pen because that was much easier for me. I've just added a little sticker that says "My Little Piece of Paradise," which is perfect because they are photos of me, Brett and Theo, and that's that page all finished. And I'm really happy with how these turned out. They're both very different, which is, you know, how I want my journal to look. I don't want it to be too samey. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you very much for being here. Bye everyone.